Oprah. Hi, I hope everybody's doing well. I haven't been on for a long time. I'm using the Hoodoo Tarot for Oprah Winfrey. The Hoodoo Tarot. Okay, them bones. I keep hearing them bones. Okay, Oprah Winfrey went on a talk show. Let's see if I can pull it up. Now, I just watched it, and it's interesting what she says. Hold on, let me go.
You out. So, well, this is a really great point about being happier in the midst of an onslaught of being terrorized and vilified online. I will say this, I came out of this experience, as I was saying to Arthur this morning, with so much more compassion for young kids because...
Okay, so she says, and I got the Black Herman for her, the magician. So she is the magician, okay? The magician makes things appear and disappear. The magician for Oprah Winfrey. I got this before. Every time I see Oprah, I see the magician. Okay, the Black Herman. I'm going to leave this card right here. So Oprah says she has more appreciation for kids, okay? She feels like she's the villain. It's interesting. And she says that she's in control. Listen to the rest of this, and then I'll go in.
I was thinking, what if I didn't really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance of Invictus, that I am the master of my own fate and the captain of my soul? If
it would have taken you down.
It would have taken. It will take you out. Yeah. So all of the online, being
slander,
attacks, lies, conspiracy theories, really took the focus off of what was the most important thing, and that was the people of Maui. So this idea came about because, as you know, when you were there, Tony, I was on the ground talking to lots of people, trying to figure out how do I best help. And in the beginning, it was just,
Okay, so she's saying that the anger grows over the Maui fires and Maui Fund. Like I said, she is the Black Herman, which will be the magician, okay? The magician. She makes things happen and she makes things disappear, okay? That is her, all right? The magician. And this is in the Hoodoo Tarot, okay? Hoodoo. I keep hearing them bones, okay? I'm going to pull one more on Oprah Winfrey. Now, she talks about something interesting. There's a battle with her, okay? It's a battle eternally with her and this thing, okay, that's possessing her, okay? Give me one more card for Oprah Winfrey. Because in the interview, she talks about her soul.
Material things, dropping off generators and towels. And then I started talking to people. People really wanted their own agency. Gail's son, Will, sent me an article about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton in 2017, during the wildfires in Gatlinburg, started a People's Fund.
Okay, she's talking about Dolly Parton. Okay, I have Aunt Caroline here. It's interesting because Aunt Caroline is from the South. She's a world-renowned psychic. Okay, so this is very interesting when I'm pulling on Oprah Winfrey. Now, she talks about the soul, okay? This woman is definitely possessed. She's not in reality here. Wow. I guess when you have this kind of money, it truly changes you, okay? And it's interesting that I got Black Herman, okay? Black Herman was actually a root worker. He knew how to work with plants, agriculture, but he was the magician, okay? The magician. You see how he has that rod and then he's holding one hand with that plant, okay? He can make things happen. He can make things happen, and this is who Oprah is. She's that magician, okay? But it's interesting that these are the two cards that I got for Oprah Winfrey. It's Aunt Caroline. She was from the South, okay? And Oprah Winfrey's from, I think, Mississippi, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. So what I'm getting from this is a lot of This is interesting because Aunt Caroline and Black Herman is wearing a lot of black. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So Oprah. This is interesting. So Aunt Caroline's a psychic. So is Oprah seeing a psychic? Hold on. Let me get one more card for Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. She's saying that this would have took her down and she don't know how she's handling this. I mean, this woman is not, obviously not with in reality, okay? Oprah Winfrey. The funeral. This is interesting. This is Miss Robertson. This is the coffin card. So somebody wants to see an end to Oprah. Miss Robertson, may I say. And the funeral home. Look at this. Funeral home. It's interesting because you see the spotlight on this woman. This is a spotlight on Oprah. And they don't like this. Okay? A lot of people do not like this. She's in the spotlight too much. Okay? They're really concerned. Now, is this the ending for Oprah? This is interesting. With the funeral home and Aunt Caroline, she's obviously seeing somebody that is intuitive psychically. It could be a woman or a masculine of African descent. Okay? Because Aunt Caroline don't come out in this deck often. Neither Black Herman doesn't either. Whew. Give me one more card for Oprah Winfrey. One more card. Oprah Winfrey. One more card. Make these cards flip. So obviously she's seen a psychic. Somebody wants to end for her. She's in the spotlight too much. Okay. When I see this card, oh, there it goes. I think of a coffin. A coffin. The 7 of Sticks. There is 7 entities. Well, 8 if you count the stick. But that would be Oprah holding the stick. 7 entities. And we got 7 entities. Remember when I did the read on Hawaii? There were 7 entities involved. Including her would make 8 entities. And this is verifying my first read that I ever did on Oprah Winfrey. So I was definitely right, you guys, okay? It's interesting because she's fighting with these 7 entities. And she's up at night with that crocodile energy. Because the crocodiles, you don't see them often during the day. It's too hot. They have to come out at night, okay? Wow. So there's 7 entities fighting with her. She's in the spotlight, and they don't like this. I was going to get them bones out. They want to end to Oprah. Okay? That funeral home. Okay? Wow. But she's seeing a psychic. Okay? It's interesting. Aunt Caroline. Okay? Somebody that's intuitive. Somebody that's a seer. But it's interesting is the magician. Normally when you get the Black Herman, you would think of root work, true root work, knowing how to work with agriculture, plants. Okay, somebody's teaching her this. Okay, this is very interesting. Or talking to her about this. See this agriculture, everything Oprah had to put into where she became, or how far she came from today. She's a billionaire. Okay, she's the richest lady that we know of African American descent. But they're looking at her and they're saying there's too much light on her, too much talking, too much chatter. This is what I'm hearing. And somebody's advising her. She has an advisor, a psychic of African descent. Could be African American. Aunt Caroline, show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to see. Ooh, she's flipping these cards. Oh my God. You guys, whoo, Jesus. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I got Bishop here. Bishop Mason. Okay. Bishop Mason is the Hierophant. OMG. The Hierophant. So this is establishment. Okay. Establishment. Wow. And it said that the Holy Spirit, the moment that the Holy Spirit visit him, but this is not a Holy Spirit. Okay. This is something of a darker spirit. Okay. Let me get one more card for Oprah Winfrey, and I'm going to leave this read right here. Ashe. Aunt Caroline. Put these cards. Put these cards for Oprah Winfrey. Put these cards. Oprah Winfrey. Put these cards. I feel like there's going to be more Sticks energy to verify my read. Oh, the grandchildren. This is very interesting that we get this card with that flower. What does this card remind you guys of? I can't make this up. Hawaii. They're not happy. Okay, they are definitely not happy. Oh, I'm trying to find this one. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. This is interesting. What I'm getting from this psychically is the children. Okay, with that Hawaii, like that flower. And that's crossing. This is not just a child's hand. Look at that. That's an adult's hand. Okay, that's very telling, right? And that little flower. Okay, she knows the whole Hawaii, the whole world's looking at her. Oprah Winfrey. Okay, questioning a lot of things right now. Okay, with that child and adult hands crossing that flower like that. Okay, let me see if I can find which one that is for you guys right here. I don't work with this deck, but I like this deck. It's the star card. The grandparents cups a child's tiny hands as the child holds a star-shaped flower. Since time, immortal humans have been fantasized by the star, not only because they're beautiful, but also because they represent our highest goals, dreams, and aspirations. In the Black American families, the stars would be analogies to the grandchildren as the ultimate symbol of hope. Okay, so the grandchildren and the grandparents and the families will look at their grandchildren with hope. This is interesting. Okay, every elder prays that their prodigy. So the grandparents will look at their grandchildren as a prodigy will not only survive, but will also finally be allowed to thrive. Wow, this is deep. They hope that they will not have to beg or ask permission to exist and will finally be able to live their lives on their own terms. It is on the grandchildren that their wishes are earnestly placed. So the Hawaiian people are worried about their grandchildren. And Oprah knows this, okay? Wow, this is deep. Wow. So this is very telling with Oprah, okay? She knows this, okay? There's 7 entities that are watching her right now, okay? And I feel like with Goalie Jack showing up, because Goalie Jack was hung, it took a long time for them to actually find him. He was Angolian, okay? I think he was from like South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Goalie Jack. I think he's from South Carolina, but he definitely was Angolian. I'm getting Angolian. And he was a slave, but he freed himself. It's kind of like Oprah's story if you think about it. Not really. I mean, the slavery days are over, but the wealth that she has attained in this life, right? What she had to do to obtain this wealth, this kind of wealth. It's very interesting. And people do not like this attention on Oprah Winfrey. This is Goldie Jack. Okay, they had to find Goldie Jack, okay, and hunt him down. And people turned on Goldie Jack. Okay, I'm trying to find Goldie Jack's story because it's very interesting. His story about who he became. Okay, Goldie Jack is a hangman. Okay, Goldie Jack has a noose around his neck, but his face is serene. He has a Congo cosmogram as his third eye. Okay, Goldie Jack was a Banco prisoner of war who was sold into slavery. In Zomber, he was eventually sent to Charleston, South Carolina, and purchased by a man named Paul Pritchard. Goldie Jack had a reputation as a powerful root worker with a particular talent for making particular elements. This was even one of the reasons they recruited him to plan a revolt consisting of only African-born males against the colonists. Goldie Jack instructed the rebels to eat a special diet of corn and peanuts the day of the attack and provide them with carved claws as talismans to keep them safe. He also threatened to put the root on any other slave who spoke of his plan. Unfortunately for the rebels, the plan was betrayed and the vault happened. Okay. All the plotters, include Goldie Jack, were sentenced to death, but not before Goldie Jack used mystery hanging gestures, presumed to curse all the opposers. Goldie Jack was hung on July 2nd, 1822. This is interesting. So she's definitely working with somebody that knows how to do root work, voodoo, hoodoo, whatever you want to call it, okay? A seer, psychic, to get information, okay? But it's obviously she has 7 entities here that want her gone. Okay, 7. Oprah Winfrey. Okay, and I'm gonna say this video is for entertainment purposes, but use discernment. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. And the Hawaiian people, it's interesting. They're worried about their grandchildren, which I don't blame them. But there's 7 entities plus Oprah will be 8 entities, and this came out before in her read, and she always comes out as a magician. It's interesting. Goldie Jack was very smart, okay, very wise. You see his third eye, right? Now this would be Oprah, right? She was very wise, but she had to make sacrifices to get where she had to get, right? So I feel like when you do things, you have consequences, right? So she has consequences here that she has to deal with because there's a funeral card is here, okay? So that's showing me coffin, an end to her, okay? Somebody wants to put an end to her, okay? She's very aware of this, okay? The target is on his head, right? The target would be Oprah Winfrey, that noose around her neck, right? They're putting that noose around her neck. And she knows that that noose is going to get tighter and tighter, okay? May I say. Wow. So this is a psychic read, you guys. I got on Oprah Winfrey. I'm going to leave it right there, okay? This was deep. I had to come on here because she just spoke and I wanted to pick up on her energy. Let's get one more card for Oprah Winfrey. 1919, Oprah Winfrey, Aunt Caroline. Somebody needs to see. I'm calling her Aunt Caroline. She is a world-renowned psychic here. Ooh, the 8 of 6, you guys. This is very interesting. Remember I said the 8 of 6 and this came in the reverse. Right? 8 entities fighting with her. 8. Okay, 7, 8. Shoot, there might be more than that. Okay. A lot of entities. Okay. So this will be business partners. This will be people out there like on social media. Okay. She has all these attacks. Okay. For what she has done. Right. She got to deal with the consequences. And they want to answer her. This is interesting that she would come through, Aunt Caroline. Okay. So that's telling me she's dealing with a psychic. And Bishop Mason. Okay. That's star card. But this is not good. This is, I would say, whoever is helping her psychically is of African descent. Okay. And she's asking questions about her future, and they're telling her. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And this is the read that I got on Oprah Winfrey. All right, this is Jennifer Felix. I'm sending you guys nothing but love and light. Love and light, my beautiful souls. Ashe.